Welcome back to Operation Pixel! So here's Staircase F, which I said we'd go up this time. And so we shall. Excuse me. So you may recall that on the last episode there was a mapping problem? Where the map no longer made sense. Up till now, every floor has been topographically very sensible. But I went back to the other area to check it, and I counted correctly. So, it does indeed, as long as my staircases are in the right place. Which, I'm still pretty certain they are. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, down 1, 1, 2, 3, down 1. And then, that one's 1, 2, right 1. Oh, that's not quite a good freaking counting point. The point is that, like, it doesn't match up properly. Everything else makes sense, except for that little part there. Does not make any sense. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Maybe the designers made a mistake. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't. In any case, hold on. Where was I? Oh, right. I'm up here. That's staircase F. I'm going to be facing south. Just to make sure. Compass. South. Yep. Okay. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's quite a long hallway. 1, 2. I've had a few longer than that, but not many. Alright. Straight through here, we get another little T-junction. I can see another T-junction up ahead. But I want to see... Oh, well, that was a nice short little dead end. I always like short little dead ends. They mean I don't have to come back and check it again later. There was no trap. There was one Mazetta. And Nessie's. What fun. What fun it is to open chests and be ambushed by flying wyverns. It's weird, snaky, flying creatures. That reminds me, like... I don't know, just... It doesn't really remind me so much, it just makes me think, because, like... Wyverns are weird. Like, if you get into, like, serious dragon lore stuff... You know, it just seems like, dragons are basically, like... The two of them are oftentimes in games interchangeable, or... You know, maybe mislabeled, depending on how technical you want to be. The thing is that dragons and wyverns are both fictional creatures to begin with, so it's like... You know, someone could make an orc tomorrow, and then say that orcs are like... You know, extremely handsome alien species that's known for their flowing yellow hair, blonde, gold hair, and super attractive, and it's like, well, I guess that's what an orc is now in this universe, and it's like, they're not wrong, it's weird, but it's not wrong, because it's fictional, like... it'd be a strange design choice, at the very least. But I think typically the way society is sort of, accepted dragon lore is that dragons have, like, 4 legs, like front legs, back legs, or sometimes legs and arms. You know, actually I will open it, just because it's at the end of a hallway, and sometimes that's meant something. Not this time, though. Alright. So, dragons have the legs, or legs and arms, and, they have, see, I'm just checking my guy's health. Yeah, we still got plenty of health. I also haven't really healed yet at all, so I've got a lot left in the tank for this run. Might finish the tower this, maybe not this episode, but in this run at it. 1. Wyverns are typically not so much like snake creatures like that thing is. But wyverns are typically like, their front arms are their wings. In that regard, they're almost more like birds in how their skeleton structure is. I guess there's nothing that would have a skeleton structure like a typical dragon in the sense that I'm thinking of. Let's see, 2 spaces. And then that's nice little dead end here. Let's trap check it, because that's how I roll. Oops, not cure. Trap. Yeah, disarm that trap. It's empty. Oh my god. But it's kind of interesting in a way to have this sort of like, almost like established lore for like a fictional creature, just because they've been used in fiction so much now. Man, this is like a treasure gauntlet where it's just trying to trick me into... Oops, not items. You know, I don't know, I probably mentioned this. It's getting off topic, completely off topic. We're just changing topics here. You know how conversations are, filled with tangents. I don't know, just for some reason, disarming all these traps reminded me of .hack. To anyone who's played those games know that there's like there's an item used, it might be like a fortune wire or something like that, I forget what it's called. I'm probably crazy, I don't think it's fortune wire. I don't remember what it was called though. But there's an item you use in the .hack games to disarm trap chests, though at least in .hack it's like normal chests are kind of like typical brown and trap chests are blue, so you always know which ones are trapped. So like, you know what you're getting into when you see it and decide to open it anyways. Let's see. Alright, Noah got below 100, so we're gonna heal her. Yeah. I don't know, but I've really been wanting to play the .hack games again recently. I still don't know if I want to do it for Operation Pixel. Just because there's 4 games and each one of them would probably be like 60 episodes. I don't know that for sure, it's just my estimate, given typical RPG series length on our channel so far. And I think it'd be more fun to play those with someone, but I don't think anyone would have the patience to hang around with me for 60 episodes. Those were actually some of the games I was considering giving a try to streaming for. But I have 0 audience, and I don't think anyone would care to tune in particularly. So, who knows? Oops, not dungeon key. What am I doing? Trap check. 100 Mazzettas. Alright. So, let's see. That's the little dead end area. Then we go up here. Got another little offshoot, and then this corner here. This has got to be a dead end. There's no room here for anything else. Okay. It's nice and straightforward at least. Then how about this way? We got a 1, 2, 3. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played .hack. And I always tell people that it's kind of funny to me, because I remember I really enjoyed them. Like, they're not particularly impressive games, and I don't know if they've aged well. But I had a lot of fun playing them. I gotta count really quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then down. 1, 2. Alright, that should be correct. We're now up on the 4th floor, but this is just a small little corner of the 4th floor. The other side of the 4th floor that I've already been on took up 3/4 of the space here, so I don't expect this to be super large. And I don't know if it will keep going up. Okay, so 1, 2. But yeah, I remember with .hack, it was one of those games where like I got to the 4th of the 4 games. .hack Quarantine, I believe, was the 4th one. And I got to like the final end of the game, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, I'm at like the climax, and then you feel like you gotta keep going. Except it was like, you know, 2 in the morning or something like that, and I was like, okay, that's not too big of a deal. But like, this was back during like my high school days. I wasn't on a college sleep schedule back then, so that was already getting pretty late. But the game ended up running like the ending was pretty long. Just through all the boss battles you had to go through and all the cutscenes and stuff. So I ended up beating that game. Hold on, I want to make sure I count this right. 1, 2, 3... Dang it. Well, at least I know I got to 3. I'm gonna try killing this Marauder. Nope, it was a bad idea. I should have run. This is where all my MP is gonna disappear. Alright, they don't have that much health, but if he keeps like hitting my guys with big lightning attacks... Come on! Oh my god. If they don't use their lightning attacks, they're not that bad. But that lightning attack is such bogus. Like, now I have to heal my entire party because of one Marauder I ran into and didn't try to run away from. Oh, that's so frustrating. Yeah, that guy did, hold on, if it was about 30 damage to 4 people, that's 120 damage. And then he did it a second time. So that's about 240 damage. If that was all against one person, he would have instantly killed basically one of my guys. Like, no problem. It's so stupid. Alright, I'll heal Noah in a bit. She gets below 100. God, I hate Marauders. 1, 2... So yeah, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning when I finished it, and I was basically passing out. So I actually cannot remember the ending of that game at all. I don't remember the final boss, I don't remember the final cutscenes, I don't remember how the story ended at all. And I didn't pretty much like the next day either. And it made me sad because, you know, like any good gamer, I remembered to save after I beat the game. But that also meant that I couldn't go back and relive the ending because I'd already saved past it. That was probably back before I started doing multiple saves, because I started losing, like, what game was it? I think Fable, the first Fable, hit me pretty hard with a save game problem. 1, 2, 3. Like, one of my save game datas got corrupted. And I lost, like, all my work. So I had to start all the way from the beginning again. It made me very sad. 1, 2... Okay. Gotcha. There's a pitfall there. Now where am I? Topographically on the map, I should be... See, I should be facing south in this quarter, so if I go this way, I should see a left corner. Yeah, okay. I know where I am. It's gonna take me a little bit to get back there. Not too long, but yeah, so I can't remember the ending at all. I almost never could, like, at all, and I didn't look it up back then either. See, I want to play those again, because, like, I at least enjoyed the adventure. I played the crap out of those games. I got some of my friends to play it. I know Ark actually gave it a try, even though he's an RPG hater. And he got to the final boss. God, freaking Andrew Cops. I'm gonna try killing them, just because I'm tired of not being... God, we do so little damage! These guys. Like, this is why I gave Odin a gun. And they do reasonable damage, so... This is like round 3 or something. I'm just curious how many rounds it takes to kill 2 Androcops. Round 4. And round 5. Alright, it takes like 5 rounds. So running is gonna be better almost always. Unless it takes like 5 or more tries to do it. Okay, let's get Noah healed up. I don't know, I was trying to remember if... Oh yeah, I was talking about Ark playing, Dot Hack. I always gave him a hard time about it, because he never beat the final boss of the first game. But to be fair, the final boss of the first game is actually really difficult. Like, by the time you have to fight them. And I mean, even if you like max out level in that game, like I always remember that being a challenging fight. Like I'm pretty sure I lost there once or twice before I actually beat it. So it's kind of a bummer Art gave up. Because he probably could have done it if he'd given it another go or two. Or taken a little bit of time to just like level up, maybe find some items. Because honestly speaking, I was probably min-maxing back then too. Maybe not like min-maxing, but like I probably at least, you know, got like the best weapons and armor I could, and probably loaded up on items, and probably had all my best characters with me. Like, I never saw Ark do the fight, so I couldn't really give him advice on it or anything. And he's never gonna go back, I don't think, at this point. Unless for some reason he's like, hey, let's do it on Operation Pixel, and then I'd be like, heck yeah, man. But, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so... worst part about climbing back up here is all these random encounters. Let's see, should be almost there, though. Do-do-do. I think it was up this way. Yeah, this way. And then up here. Okay, so I'm back up there. I pretty much just have to check. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, okay, so that was where I went up. The whole thing loops around. I don't want to fight a marauder. Please let me run. Like, you can swing your axe all you want. Don't let me stop you from swinging your axe. Just please don't use your goddamn lightning. Okay. Alright, so this is the last path here. I'm a little bit worried about there being another pitfall. But I don't think there will be because there's nothing on the floor below me. It could drop me to, like, the next nearest space. That's totally possible, but... in any case, one... Wow, it's a lot of owlbears. Suddenly swarm of owlbears. But yeah, even Noah can one-hit kill these guys at this point, so this won't take long. I gotta say, like, you know, speaking of quitting games like that close to the end, so that's 2 spaces. Okay, that's no pitfall. I'll take it. What do we got here, Meow? Oops, not cure. 20 Mazetta, wow. So worth it to come up this other side of the tower. Okay, so... I think instead of climbing back down and around, I'm just gonna use the exit spell, because I'm really far out here. Oh, that reminds me, I noticed that, what's it, the escaper spell here? Or escaper item. It's not what I thought it was. I thought that was gonna be like my escape frickin' card. You know, just bail on the place like that spell does. It's not. When I was looking at the item list the other day, I was like, oh! It's more like, if you play Pokemon, it's more like a repel. Just apparently makes you invisible for a while or something, which I'm guessing just means that, you can dodge random encounters for a bit. So that'd still be cool. In fact, I may use it just to climb back up here. Is that something I want to do? I think the enemies on the lower floor here were pretty easy, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. But yeah, I'm trying to think, because it really bothers me when you get close to the end of a game, or when I get to the close to the end of the game, and I don't finish it. I'm trying to remember which games I've had that I got close to the end of and didn't finish. Tales of Phantasia comes to mind. I got to like the final boss level area of that place. It's a really cool like SNES game. I played the oh, I got a flash in accident. Can't carry it. No, I don't want the flash. Don't want the flash. Get out of here. So let's see. I am here. Yeah, that was a cool game. I want to go back to that. I may bring it up at some point. I know, let's see, Mike, who I did, recently. We played, XCOM and, Commandos and games like that. He's the one who introduced me to Tales of Phantasia. So it'd be kind of fun to have him around for it. I don't know if he'd be interested. But he might be. But it would be nice to finish that one. The problem is that to play Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, I had it on Game Boy Advance, not SNES. Which is still cool. I don't know how many difference there are in version, but it seemed pretty spot on. The way we played Game Boy Advance games on the show is Ark had this Game Boy player attachment for the GameCube. Excuse me. And it could play Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and it worked really well. Better than the Game Boy player for the SNES did anyways. Also, the Game Boy player for the SNES couldn't run Game Boy Advance games, so that was a bit of an issue. I can't remember. Maybe it couldn't even play Game Boy Color games. It probably could, but I can't remember. But the Game Boy player for the GameCube is freaking awesome, but it's kind of hard to get your hands on one these days. Just trying to make sure I know where I am. Okay, so I want to take 2 lefts. Since he recently, was, like, reorganizing his collection and stuff, he took back his Game Boy player. So I'm thinking about getting one for my GameCube, just because it's a really cool device. But like I said, it's a little bit to fork over. But, it is on my wish list. It is something I would very much like to have, because there's a lot of, like, cool Game Boy games that I'd like to play. And I don't want to have to keep being like, hey, Ark, you want to bring over that Game Boy game attachment thing that's yours and not mine? So we can record using it? So I need that if we're going to do Tales of Phantasia. That or an SNES copy, but I imagine that's probably even more hard to get your hands on than the Game Boy player. I'm not even sure if it came out in the US. It probably did. I'm not sure. It's another game that I never finished that often bothers me was Final Fantasy 13. And I know that that is an incredibly unpopular game. And I'm not going to defend it because I don't think it was a particularly great game. Certainly not when it's got Final Fantasy in the name. But I also didn't think it was quite as bad as some other people said it was. But either way, I got to, like, what I'm pretty sure was, like, just outside the final boss door. And I think I was gonna do some level grinding and stuff outside to, like, power up before going in there. And then I think I quit playing, like, right outside the final boss door after getting through this entire game that was, you know, sort of like, it was okay at best. I quit outside the final boss room. It's like, what is wrong with me? And then I kept thinking about going back, but I never did. Ugh. I think there might be another game that, like, I got close to finishing and never finished. I'm not sure. There's probably one or two. Another good chance for Operation Pixel to come in and, you know, help with things. I did beat some... what was it, the original Legend of Zelda for NES here. I think we even played it on NES. Yeah, we did. That's pretty cool. That one I've picked up, like, twice before. But, like, that game is a bit hard to play through, like, entirely by yourself. It's the only one Andrew Cop. This will be much quicker. So my guys will focus fire. But yeah, that game's pretty hard unless you, like, know where the secrets are. I'm gonna open this. Okay. I was just curious if maybe the trap was empty, or the chest was empty, because the Andrew Cop had the item. But that's not the case. Alright, so where am I? I'm here. I need to go this way. Nope. One more space, then this way. So yeah, I'm almost back up to where I was. I should have just skipped ahead. There's no reason to, like, freaking replay this stuff as part of the show. That little room over there, I think that other doorway I just passed was, I think where the woman told me not to go up here. But who listens to her, right? Alright, so this floor is a really long path, so I'm just gonna use my escaper here. Let's see if how this works. Nothing happens, however. What? Oh, I see. It's probably to run away from in battles, then, not like avoid encounters. Okay. So if I run into a Marauder or 5 Androcops or something like that, I can use Escaper. That's still kind of a bummer. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm reading my map right here. Oh, these are just werebats. These guys aren't scary. Not even a little bit. But you know what? Honestly speaking, we're at about the end of the episode anyways. So I'm going to get to the end of this hall, the staircase thing, and next time on Operation Pixel, we'll climb up to the 5th floor. Treading new ground. Yeah.